What's going on, guys? We are back, and we have another huge update coming to Rocket League, the autumn update. And I actually did get a little sneak peek of this last week when I went to Sonic Studios, but we won't be talking about that too much. But we'll talk about what they have shown here, and honestly, it is fucking awesome. It is still the worst update ever, which we'll get to in a little bit, but it's a pretty good worst update ever, if that makes sense. We'll get into it, though. Let's go through, actually, let's go through the other page first, because that shows some cool stuff. I think it was Control-Shift-Tab. We'll make this go. There we go. Boom. Okay, here we go. One thing I want to say is they always do a really good job of these preview update screens where they make it all fancy across, like, the whole webpage, so that's pretty neat. Hopefully nothing really gets cut off because of my face, but we're going to go into it. So, first, autumn update, available September 28th. That is just a little over 2 weeks away, which is awesome that this update is so soon. A lot of people were thinking probably sometime in October, but September 28th, pretty awesome date. And Season 5, so if you're trying to get those rewards, which I've heard a lot of people don't like, then maybe you don't care about them, but definitely get on that grind to get these rewards if you want them. Now, there's a trailer. We won't watch that. It's not for this, but we'll get into it. So, heading into the fall with plenty of new upgrades, features. You can look forward to a new event system. That sounds exciting. The start of competitive Season 6, and plenty of new customization items. So, the first thing is the new map, obviously, you can see here. We'll get into that a little bit later. I love it, and I hate it at the same time. We'll get into it in a bit. Now, this is why it is the worst update that Sonics will ever put out, in my mind, is because all the maps are getting standardized. It's a sad day for non-standard maps. They can still be picked in RLCS for at least this season. We'll see going forward. But it's a sad day for me. I really like non-standard maps. I enjoy playing on them. I come from SARP, and SARP, that's all it was everything was non-standard. It did start turning into unranked games were only on Urban, but I hated that. I would always vote Cosmic and hope it would come up, but usually it would just be Urban. Anyway, Starbase, you can see here. Wasteland. All normal. Now we got a couple new ones, which I like. Champions Field Day looks gorgeous. DFH Stadium Day also looks gorgeous. And then Manfield Snowy. I am a sucker for snowy maps, so this one is much appreciated. Plus, they didn't say it was seasonal this time. So maybe this snowy map will actually stay in the rotation because Utopia Snowy's gone, obviously. Same with DFH Snowy. Those just don't exist in ranked. So I love a good snow map. And obviously, we're coming down to the time where we're going to get some snow maps again. We got probably about 2 months till November. Then they might throw them back into the ranked playlist. So I'm pretty excited for that because I love all the snowy maps. Anyway, we'll continue here. Pretty cool that they're adding new weather variations. 3 new weather variations. That's a lot for an update. I feel like we usually get like 2. Generally, plus we're getting a new map. So that's a lot of different map stuff. And of course, the 2 standard arenas. So that's a lot of different arenas coming into play here. So that seems pretty fun. One thing I was surprised is they didn't add a Starbase variant. They have a Wasteland Night now, but Starbase, since it's still in the field of play, it would be cool if they added a variant of that. So I guess it would be kind of hard because it's kind of on a ring and weather might not exist there. Who knows? But that would be neat if we got some weather effects there. Next up, new seasonal arena. Keyword there. Farmstead. This map looks really cool. It's like a free new map, obviously. Like all the maps are free. It's, of course, a standard map. But why does it have to be seasonal? It's so beautiful. Why not keep it on all year round? I'm not a big fan of seasonal stuff for at least maps. Because, like, so say in other games, there's a lot of different variation of everything. Like in League of Legends characters and all that stuff. So when they do a seasonal map, I guess it makes more sense. Maybe. I don't know. I just like more variation, even though it's the same thing. But here's Farmstead. It's weird that it's a brand new map. Normally, it's a different weather effect that is seasonal. So a whole new map will just be around for this seasonal time. Of course, in ranked play and all that stuff. Look, you can still use it in private. But we see here we got some cardboard cutout cows looking all cute. I hope they have like a topper like this or something. Now, see, cow nose. You could have just used that. See, this is a pretty good cow. You could have used that for your logo last season. What's up, man? With the freaking whole body, it just doesn't work. Anyway, here we see, they've been Loving the Merc lately, I feel like. They keep showing Merc in a lot of their stuff. I think James is getting into their heads a bit. They receive some more cars, some more Mercs. I don't know why they keep showing Mercs, but they keep popping up. More Mercs, other cars. Like, all the cars are starting to look the same to me, to be fair, so I forget which ones are which. Anyway, cool improvements. The automatically expands existing systems and features in a bigger and better way. So this one is really cool. Ongoing events. You will, so they'll be rolling out more limited time events. They're not going to be competitive based. So you'll be able to get them done, like, I wouldn't say easily, but maybe it's more of like, just score 20 goals in the next week or something like that. Like, sure, it's a little bit competitive, but it's not going to be based on, like, get the champion or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about boosters for these things. It'll probably just be, like, win 10 games or even play 10 games. Who knows? But they will come with limited time items and stuff like this. So this one, here is my guess for this, for ongoing events. I could easily see an event based around Halloween. That would make a lot of sense. The past 2 seasons, it's just been Halloween drops, but I could see like an event based around Halloween time. That seems to make some sense. And then I don't know what you would do exactly for that event. Like, maybe it is just score 10 goals or something like that, or win 10 games. But I could see something like that around a Halloween time. Anyway, introducing decryptors. Now, this is the one cool thing, or the best thing about events. You can acquire new rare items called decryptors. These can unlock any crate, including the ones during limited time events. So there's also going to be limited time crates. So we'll see going forward if those will be like holiday themed and all that stuff. Who knows? Because it used to be the items would just drop. Maybe now they'll be seasonal crates. I don't know. But as long as you get some decryptors, you can unlock them for free. And the only thing is you can't trade those items. And you can't trade decryptors. So you don't have to worry about bots farming these items because they will not be tradable in any way, is what the dev said. So we'll see what goes on there. But that's cool for the guys that don't want to buy keys, but they still want to have a little bit of that spice from the crate system. And to be fair, honestly, I think this is a good idea for Rocket League in general, because if people use decryptors and then they kind of get hooked, like, oh man, I didn't get that item I wanted, then they might buy some keys. Who knows? So it's probably a good thing for everyone. The only thing I don't like about decryptors is, sure, it's not tradable, which makes sense, obviously, for bots. But that is going to make me be very cautious about what I use it on, because usually I like to give away my items and stuff like that. So if I do get something awesome, sure, it's cool for my car, but if I wanted to give it away, I'd be a little bit bummed. So not sure what I'm going to do with decryptors yet. Because that is a thing where it's like, oh, should I use one here? And then you kind of hope that you don't get anything good and, like, waste your bad luck with decryptors and then move on. But who knows? Anyway, this looks like a lot of fun. So I'm excited to just have something like, hey, here's a weekly challenge for you or something like that. That seems pretty neat if they're doing something like that. New crate to unlock, which is a weird way to put it. Well, I guess open. New crate to open, I guess. I don't know. Accelerator crate. Potentially grab the new import battle car Jaga 619 RS, the Jaeger. I don't know. Flashy trails, new goal explosion, or animated wheels. So, I'm a big fan of paints. For some reason, I want to collect every single paint. So, matte, a pearlescent matte looks pretty cool to me. I like that a lot. And then we got the very rare, the trail. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of trails. I think they're kind of like, they're so small that you don't notice them that well. That it's probably, like, it's almost on the same level as the decal of, like, the normal decal for a car or something like that, or a car that you don't use. They're almost wasted. Like, I can use these, but I feel like it's another one of those items that you don't want to get while you're doing crates. So, but I guess it's only very rare, so it makes sense. Import. The power shot looks pretty fancy. Maybe that'll become painted. Who knows? I have no idea. But it looks neat. And then we got the exotic. Now, these wheels I want. As you know, I love yellow. Chrono wheels. I don't even want them painted. They are a perfect color. Just give me that. They look gorgeous. They're yellow-ish green, but they're still yellow. Just give them to me. So this I'm really excited for is the Chrono wheels, because a lot of people always want painted version of these, but, like, I just want the default right here. Like, that color looks great to me. Black market. We've been seeing a lot more goal explosions. Popcorn. Like, this one looks like a lot of fun. One thing I saw on Reddit was one guy was, like, complaining that it was like, oh, we get this black market goal explosion. Like, I need the most epic, cool goal explosions ever, and if it's not, it's a waste of time. Like, there's different variations of items. There's funny items, there's cute items, there's epic items, there's, like, classic items, stuff like that. And I think, like, this is a great one. It's a nice little cute goal animation, and we need more of this in Rocket League. I feel like sometimes Rocket League, they get into the whole, like, let's make everything epic, and they continually, like, every single wheel has to be epic, and, like, I would like some more fun ones. So, it seems like with some of the items that are coming out, they are going for a little bit more cute. Makes sense. The Nintendo Switch is coming out. So, I'm pretty excited about, like, that type of stuff. Like, obviously, I don't use anything epic, really. I have a hard hat, and I use candy corn boost. So, yeah. I mean, hard hat's pretty epic. Come on. Let's be real. Anyway, we'll continue. Here's a new car. New car looking sexy. It is the same class type hybrid as the Endo. So, I can't remember exactly where that falls in line with everything, but something to note. It is not like the Octane. It's a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, I believe. So, there you go. Download 4K hero art. Oh, man. But yeah, looking pretty sexy of a car. Seems like their cars are getting better and better, more stylish. Want some, but again with the cars, like they're always stylish. Let's get like get some type of clunker in there. Like I guess we had some like when Wasteland came out, but I don't know. I'd like to see a little bit more variation in the cars, but cars looking sexy. Player banners. Now these are really cool to me. So I saw a lot of these when I went to Psionics, and there's some pretty neat ones, but the ones they're showing here, I mean, there's a penguin right there. It's already calling my name. There's a pizza slice. Pizza's always good. I'm from the tri-state area where the best pizza is. So, sounds good to me. But these titles should be really cool. Player banners, I should call them. They are unique graphics equipable by players that surround their name and in-game title. They appear on goal replays and on the post-game celebration screen. Now, I wonder how we're going to get these exactly. I assume they're just like normal drops, and I hope most of them are like a little bit more common since we won't have a lot of them to start. One thing I would have loved is if they tried to incorporate challenges, but I know they've never wanted to do challenges. Like, it's kind of like Psionics' thing is like they don't want to include challenges where like you need to score 10 turtle goals to unlock this, because they never want someone to try and lose or not play to their full potential. They want them to not be trying for those turtle goals. They want them to score the goal instead. So I could see why, but I personally do like in Call of Duty or something like that when I'm just like, I want to go for this title and I like go for these challenges and so on. Like, that's fun to me. I can see why they don't want it in Rocket League, and I can respect that, but hopefully there's some for like goals scored, because goals scored, you know, that's the point of the game. So I don't know. Be neat. Here's the Season 6 begins. Season 5 rewards are here. We got some Onyxes showing up here, some dragons. Sure. They look good, but honestly, like, after seeing these and then looking up here for just the 6 that they show in the player banners, like, I would definitely rather use these. But these are still neat. Like, whatever. Like, they're running out of ideas, I guess, for the seasonal rewards. One thing they did say is they didn't want items that are on your battle card anymore, because they were starting to think, like, there's so many items for your battle card that you're just going to replace it right away, or you have to use it instead of something cooler. Titles are probably going to be the same way, like, once more titles are shown, or banners. So I don't really get that point of view, but I assume goal explosions, you would think, would have to be Season 6, and you think maybe they just don't have enough time for goal explosions this time around. Who knows? That's the only thing we haven't done yet, except for antennas, but a lot of people don't use antennas, and maybe they have some info on that, so maybe that's why they're not doing antennas. Who knows? I don't know. But we got titles this time. Season 6, you would think goal explosions or antennas. Those are the two things left, I believe. Oh, no, Trails we already did, because they brought those when they first came out. So, we'll see. Unless they had front bumper things again. I want some mustaches. I want a Grand Champ mustache. If I could ever hit Grand Champ. Anyway, transparent goalpost. This one is huge. Pros have been waiting for this forever. Everyone's been waiting for this forever. It seems like it was a hard thing to code, but they got it down. These posts look sexy, and they will look normal from the outside looking in, so that's pretty neat. Revamped in-game blog, so now this tab goes in and out, I believe. I think this thing goes in, I believe. I don't know. But looking fancy. Hopefully it'll shine a light on it when there's something new and not have you just default, just not think about it anymore. So it looks pretty cool. Now, this one's interesting to me. Director mode, the beta. The beta version of our brand new director mode offers a new way to spectate matches. This AI-powered camera cuts to the most relevant player's viewpoint based on what's happening in the match. It can even predict future shots and saves to find the best angles. I'll believe it when I see it. I love that they're trying new things with like auto cam and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, like this is a beta, so it's going to grow and all that stuff. But I could easily see some funny moments happening while using this when they're trying to predict certain things. Oops, my phone just disconnected. But we'll see. And this looks pretty neat. I'm just going to disconnect it because my charger cable has been wonky. I'm down. Anyway, new items. 90 free new items. A lot of these are going to be in the trade-ins section that Sonics was talking about. Don't trade in everything if we got new items coming. They were talking about that back when they added the whole painted octanes and all that stuff. So, tons of new free items to collect. Toppers, antennas, boosts, uncommon. And again, we see a lot of cute stuff here. We see the bunny. We see Mrs. Avocado over here. We see pinwheel antenna and taco boost. Like, all four of those scream to me Nintendo Switch. They scream to me like very cute items that kids would want. And honestly, like, I love them too. Like, hell, like, I'll use some Mrs. Avocado. Why not? Probably not, because I'll be using the hard hat. But these items are very cute, and I like that they're trying to cater a little bit more to the Switch audience. And honestly, we have a lot of epic items, like I was saying before. Land support! Here we go. We can be getting a lot more events coming up soon, because now there will be official land support in the game, so you won't have to use an event's Wi-Fi or like an event's internet that like is being used by everyone. So we got land support finally in there. That is huge for the game. And we even saw with the NBC Universal Open and other events besides the RLCS World Championship that it was never truly a LAN. Now it will be a LAN. And honestly, like we've seen the LAN support before, you know, has the pause game feature and all that stuff. I assume that's coming over, but I don't know. They didn't say that. But the pause game feature and all that stuff was in the LAN support build that we saw at the World Championship. Like, if you saw our show match, Sad Jr. had to disconnect because Leaf disconnected his controller and it was broken, so he had to come back. So they actually paused the game. And that was the first time we saw that. So hopefully that's in there for other event holders. So I'm really happy about that. And this update is huge. It is huge. So let's go over real quick. There's a couple more things that they don't even have on that yet. And let's talk about some tournaments, guys. Tournaments are finally coming. So I was talking to Let's Sonics way back, probably exactly 2 years ago, maybe a little bit before that, about some tournament stuff that they were thinking about doing. And it looks like it's finally here. And it looks pretty awesome. You can expect from me to have some tournaments here, depending on how they work. Because, again, I don't want my tournaments to be really all about skill, necessarily. I hope there's ways to tweak it, but obviously, like, this will be a beta. And it'll run before the end of 2017. It's not even in here yet, like in this update, but it is coming. And it'll only be through Steam at first, and then it'll come to other consoles, hopefully, in the future. But they're just trying to work it out. But it looks really awesome. Like, you could have your own custom tournaments. Eventually, Sonics will host their own tournaments. Who knows how that'll work, what items, like, you can get. I think one of the devs said that you can put up, like, if I make a tournament, I could put up, like, a black market decal for the winner and stuff like that. So it seems pretty neat, and I'm really excited for this. I just want to see how it actually works. There's not too much to talk about right now with it, but the tournament update looks awesome, so I'm really excited for it to see where that goes. And I love that they're adding some of these modes as like beta modes too. They also did that with the custom training. It's kind of in beta. They haven't really worked on that in a while, but I like that they're like, hey, this isn't fully fledged yet, but we think it's good enough to show and use, and then we'll work on it from there through some feedback. So it's pretty cool. Next up, what is awesome besides the tournament beta is the new party system. Psyonix is working on trying to make their own Signet accounts so you can finally play cross-platform parties. Now, this is one of those things that obviously everyone always wanted, but I always thought when the game first came out that it was not really feasible for a small game like Rocket League. Like, it would take way too many resources to make your own profile system and all that. And then the game blew up and made a shit ton of money. And once that happened, I was like, maybe they do have time now to invest these resources in, hire some people for this or something like that, and work on it. And it looks like they have been in the back end, and I'm really excited to see when this gets fully fledged out. Again, like this is a beta system and all that stuff, and it's only going to be used on Steam for now. But eventually, be able to play with your friends should be really awesome. Hopefully, eventually, too, Xbox and PlayStation can figure out their problems, or at least PlayStation, and allow cross-network play across all. So then we can finally have true cross-network play. But I'm really excited for this. It's definitely not an easy thing to implement, so I'm really happy that they have been working on it, and they've probably been working tirelessly on it and a lot of hours. So hopefully things go pretty smoothly and we can get this going as soon as possible. But it's really exciting to see this new stuff come into a beta form and see these new features happen. And honestly, I'm really excited for what's coming down the line. Then events coming down as detailed. We are also debuting a new event system which introduces limited time events that provide players the opportunity to earn additional car customizations. So again, I could definitely see that around a holiday theme. That really seems to make sense. Using a new item called the Decryptor, players will unlock any unopened crate in their inventory without having to purchase a key. Additional information will be provided closer to the launch of the events themselves later this year. See below for a few more tournament beta screenshots. Okay, so this is still tournament stuff. I thought they might show a little bit of events, but they don't really do it. It's just tournaments here. Right now, Psyonix has said that they'll eventually have their own tournaments, but probably not for a while. Oh, this is pretty neat. They have the little graphics there, but what I'm excited for is, again, the events should be a lot of fun. Again, it's like a new feature that they're like, hey, it's coming. But again, I could easily see this for Halloween. This makes a lot of sense that it might start the next month, and it would be a Halloween-based event. But we'll see. But that's it for this update, guys. This is a huge update, adding a lot of new features. And honestly, sure, there's no more non-standard maps, and a lot of it is cosmetic, but I am super happy that they have tournaments in there now. They're adding a cross-network party system eventually. They're working on that. They have events coming. So now that they're not working on so much like non-standard things, we start seeing a lot more of these new modes come out, and that's what I'm really excited to see going forward for Rocket League. Sure, I won't get my non-standard stuff, but as long as they keep implementing awesome things to go along with the game that help the game or help you communicate with like the communities of Rocket League and stuff like that, or LAN play, making it easier for tournaments to be organized, I'm really excited for it, and I can't wait. And hopefully you guys are too. And that's it. That was a really big update, and September 28th, not that far away, 2 weeks away. So I'll see you on it. We'll be playing some games as always, and yeah, until next time, guys. Later.